Hi, welcome to the podcast. I am Joe Posnanski, and with me is Michael Schur. Michael, welcome. You are so welcome. You know, there's a lot I want to get to today. There is a lot of stuff. But before we get to the stuff, this is, I think, part 5 of our baseball card opening extravaganza, raising money for the good people at Team Gleason. And we have such a cool special guest today for 2 reasons. Well, more than 2 reasons, but 2 very specific reasons. The first reason that is really cool we have Molly Knight on here is that Molly became a baseball fan by opening cards. That is her story. This whole podcast is her story. She is I'm right, Molly, right? Baseball cards were at the very heart of you becoming a baseball fan.
Yes, someone gave me a bag, a Ziploc bag of baseball cards before I ever went to a game, and I was so fascinated and fell in love.
This is a common story. This
Right.
is not. It's sometimes it's in conjunction with seeing your first game. Sometimes it's right after or right before. But this is a very common baseball nerd supervillain origin story.
Yeah, when you're 6 years old and you're learning how to like read and alphabetize and all those things and color and looking at numbers. I mean, obviously some of us may be a little bit on the spectrum because I had my Barbies on one side of my room and my baseball cards organized on the other. I was very well rounded, but yeah, it's how I learned how to alphabetize, how I learned how to put numbers in order.
Now, were you out here in Los Angeles already?
Yes. And
okay.
The Dodgers had just won in '88. I hadn't gone. I was too young to go to any games that year or anything. But then somebody gave me like a bag of like Topps 1989 baseball cards.
Sure.
When I was like 6 or something.
And did you find a Kirk Gibson and then have a Dennis Eckersley and put them next to each other?
Yeah, actually, I mean, Ricky Henderson was kind of my favorite, I think, at that point, just because he was so fun. So I was super excited. I remember being super excited about a Ricky Henderson card. But it was also like looking at some of these guys, and Cal Ripken, I think, like looking at some of these guys and just like wondering, like, some of the pictures were funny, and some were like serious and some were like action shots. And I didn't understand they probably couldn't get those guys to sit for the photos, But it was cool. It was. I mean, I inherited the sickness from the baseball.
No, and that's the coolest part. It's a big heart at the heart of why we do this. The second reason it's really cool to have Molly on this podcast is Molly and I are about to launch a new podcast called The Joy of Baseball, where we are going to be interviewing someone different every week about why they love the game, what is at the heart of their love of baseball. And we're also going to tell a bunch of baseball stories. And we got a super duper special first guest for that. We're not going to reveal that, but a super duper surprise first week guest for our Joy of Baseball podcast. So anyway, super duper exciting. However, because we're about to explain it again, what we're doing here, we have raised almost $50,000 already for Team Gleason, which is incredible. Obviously, we want more. We're going to keep going. But before we get to any of that, Mike, I think it's really, really important that you tell us where you were last weekend.
Last weekend. What is today? So 14th.
Yeah, we're doing this the 14th.
Weekend.
So it was last weekend. It was.
I was up in Santa Clara.
Okay.
A beautiful,
just hanging out, just
hanging out with my son. Beautiful part of the state.
It's gorgeous up there. It really is.
We had some good food.
Yeah.
Walked around, explored San Francisco a bit. Took in a game. It was a good time. Had a good time.
It was good. So you did take in a game. You guys.
We took in the game. Yeah, they were playing, as it turns out, the Super Bowl.
Oh, whoa!
Up there, and we were like, you know what? We're here. What the hell? And we dropped in.
Who played in that game? I mean, because it's kind of weird how this worked out.
It wasn't the 49ers. It was the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots.
Oh.
And I grew up a Patriots fan, and my son's a Patriots fan. So we were like, well, this is fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what we imagined was, I remember walking in saying, this ought to be a lot of fun.
and it was, wasn't it?
Oh, it was great. I thought both teams played great. They both gave it their all.
Listen, when it comes to football in general, all anybody cares about is, did they try their best?
Did they try their best? Did both teams give it an honest effort? And
Right.
did we have fun both as players and spectators? And I think the
Yes.
answer is an unequivocal yes. I
Who would argue?
I'll say this. I've talked a lot about my jerk son on this podcast before
Yes.
because you know, I growing up grew up in the the molten forged liquid steel pain of Red Sox fandom in
Yes.
the 70s and 80s
Yes.
and 90s. And you know, the Celtics, I had the Celtics, and the
You
Celtics
had the
won.
Celtics.
They won 3 times, and
But also the Patriots were also
Patriots
abysmal.
Patriots made the Super Bowl in '86 and were defeated by, I think, what DVOA has determined is the greatest defense of all time, if I'm not mistaken. It's either them or the Ravens in 2000, but I think it's the Bears,
I
right?
think it's the 85 Bears. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
So, yeah, the Pats got their butts handed to them, and then they made it in '96 again when I was in college, and they got their
that's
butts
right.
handed to them by Brett Favre
Yes.
and the Packers. And so, you know, I had the Celtics, and that was great. But the Whalers, I grew up in Hartford. The Whalers left town. Like mostly it was misery and sadness for me. And my jerk son, who was born in 2008, was born into a world where, like 4 months after he was born, the Celtics won the title.
Right.
And then the Red Sox were reigning champions from
That's right.
2007.
That's right.
And then when he was barely old enough to know what sports were, the Red Sox won again in 2013, and the Pats were winning. You know, they made the Super Bowl a billion times. They won in 2016, and then they won again in 2018 or whatever it was. They won in 2014 when he was barely old enough to know what was happening. And you know, we sat in the 8th row behind home plate in 2018 when the Red Sox beat Molly's Dodgers, and then we went to game 2 of the NBA Finals when the Celtics beat the Mavericks and then won the title. And it infuriates me. It infuriates me the degree to which this child has experienced joys that far surpass my own and his age.
Oh gosh.
And so
and anybody else's.
Yeah, so this was the first time the Patriots obviously have been in the Super Bowl since he became an NFL superfan. Just to give you some degree of what we're dealing with here, on the bus ride, the miserable 3-hour bus ride from the airport to the hotel, which Google Maps said should be a 32-minute journey and was literally 3 hours. Just to pass the time, I said, all right, can you name every single player on the Patriots 53-man roster?
Wow.
And he not only did that, but he named 6 guys on the practice squad. So, so this was the first time since that level of fandom that the team has been good at all, really, and certainly has made the Super Bowl. And, you know, it went south so quickly. It wasn't like sharp pain. It was just a long, slow, dull pain.
Yeah.
And I sort of watched it sort of wash over him. It reminded me a lot of '86 and a little bit of '96 when the Packers were just clearly a better team, and you know the Pats didn't really have a chance. And there is something to the idea that like in order to fully enjoy an eventual, what will hopefully be an eventual championship, you do need these moments. Like he needed the Celtics to lose to the Warriors in 22 and to understand that making the finals, even though they're a great team, making the finals, you sometimes will just run into Steph Curry and Steph Curry will go supernova and you'll lose. And that's just part of being a sports fan. And so as painful and sad as it was, and as badly as I felt for him, there was something about it that I think is long-term good for his sports fan psyche. And maybe that's cruel or masochistic on my part, but I believe in it. I think it's real.
I totally agree, by the way. I think any fan that just has win after win after win and does not ever feel that. And here's the other thing, and your son is 17 now, right?
Correct.
Yeah. The thing that we forget is that nobody who is 17 or 70, but nobody who is a teenager cares at all about what happened before they were born.
No.
Like none of that matters. Like all of those Patriots Super Bowls in the 2000s, he wasn't born or he didn't care.
He remembers watching James White dive in overtime to complete the 28-3 comeback. He watched it and was excited and happy.
But that's later. That's much later. I'm talking about the early Brady years.
Like the Brady years are all certainly the first triad, the 01, 03, 04. Forget it.
Right.
And he doesn't have any memory of the perfect season, obviously, because I was right. That was the year he was born. The perfect season being ruined, and then 2 years later, doesn't remember that. He was 2 or 3. So he has a vague. He definitely remembers the Falcons comeback. He remembers the 13-3 Rams win, which was maybe the most boring Super Bowl of all time. So he has those, and he has good memories. He was like, "Oh my God, my team won the Super Bowl," but he wasn't yet at the level that he is now, because in the last 4 or 5 years, he's won his fantasy football league, his school fantasy football league, back-to-back years. He's a repeat champion. He can tell you not only where every skilled player in the league and most of the linemen in the league, where they play and where they went to college, because he gets crazy into the draft and everything. And so this is the first year that it really, capital M, mattered to him.
Is he a bigger NFL fan than you ever were as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about
sure.
baseball?
I mean,
is he a bigger baseball fan than you ever were?
No, because the NFL, because of fantasy and other things, the NFL has superseded even the NBA now for him. I think he is also an NBA super fan and can do the same thing. He could probably name the starting lineup of every team in the league, down to the Wizards and the Hawks and whoever
how
you
is
want.
there enough room in his brain for all of this?
This is the way I was when I was a kid. You know, as I'm sure you were, Molly, with baseball. Like I could tell you every player on every team in the 1985 season.
Yeah.
And I cared so deeply about the stats, and I had everything memorized and everything. And that's my brain, and that's his brain when it comes to sports. So, you know, he experienced something that all sports fans should experience, which is having your hopes dashed on the rocks of a superior opponent.
And I mean, look, none of us deserve the Cleveland heartbreak again and again and again, right? None of us deserve that specific thing, but every fan should just get overmatched, where you just sort of like, wow, I went in thinking this is going to be really fun, and they had no chance of winning this game. None.
No, and it's funny because it was one of those matchups where, like, in the early second quarter, I had a very clear thought in my head, which was, how did I ever think they had a chance? Like, it wasn't one thing. It wasn't like, you know, in the 96 Super Bowl, if you go back, I think the Packers won 35-21, I want to say. And it was at one point 28-21, and then there was the punt return or the kickoff return for the touchdown.
Right.
And so the margin, I think, of that game is a little misleading. It's a little bit like
that game. That game did not feel out of reach.
No, it did not. It certainly didn't feel out of reach, and it didn't feel like they were two teams playing a completely different sport.
Right.
This did, in the way that, like, that Ravens Raiders Super Bowl, or Tampa Bay Raiders Super Bowl did, in the way that, like, some of those, like the Seattle Denver Super Bowl in New York, where it's 43-8.
The one I remember, one of my favorite Super Bowl memories, and I promise we are going to open cards here. But maybe my favorite sort of like, oh, okay, I get it now, Super Bowl memory. I was at the 49ers Chargers Super Bowl.
Right.
And of course, we all went in knowing the Chargers have no chance. 49ers are going to destroy them. But when you're at the Super Bowl for the whole week and you're talking to all of these players and everybody else, the coaches, you start like seeing like, well, you know, the Chargers might do this. They got Natrone Means. They might, you know, run over them. And you start like kind of building up this like, oh, this is the Super Bowl. I mean, anything can happen. And the Chargers are pretty good. And you don't know what's going to happen. And you get more and more and more into that, which is, I think, what Patriots fans were doing going into this game. And then on the third play of the game, Steve Young threw like a ball over the middle to Jerry Rice for 80 yards for a touchdown. And it was like, oh, right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that moment where you're like, oh yeah, no, there's no chance whatsoever.
I will say, and this will be my final statement on the matter, I actually didn't really ever think they had a chance. And it's not because as the narrative became, oh, they didn't play anyone this year and their
Yeah,
schedule is
yeah.
really easy. Whatever. That was not the reason. The reason was simply because the like Drake May is great. I think Drake May is going to
I
have a
agree.
long and fruitful career, and his ceiling is impossibly high. His ceiling is like MVP, obviously. You know, he
Sure.
came within one vote. But, you know, their best wide receiver is like 34-year-old Stephon Diggs, and their best running back is Ramondre Stevenson, whose foot speed is slightly faster than mine.
Right.
And on defense, their defense was really valiant, and I think it was really well coached, and they were really smart in the way they approach things. And Christian Gonzalez is like a legit
He's
shutdown corner.
fantastic.
They have very, very good players. They deserved what they got. But
Sure.
at the end of the day, the Seattle defense was not dissimilar from like the Legion of Boom. They have all pro guys at every position.
Yeah.
And so I just was like, I watched the Patriots win 3 playoff games in freezing cold, brutal weather
Right.
against 3 good teams, but not amazing teams.
Yeah.
And then you look at what Seattle did to amazing teams all year, and you just realize that there was a gap. There was just a significant gap.
I think that Seahawks team, I think that Seahawks defense is all-time good.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of the best ever defenses. Yeah. So
And the people got excited. Some people in New England world got excited because the Rams put up 500 yards against them. But it was like, well, they had Matt Stafford, who won the MVP.
Right.
They have Puka Nacua, who no one can cover at all anywhere.
Right.
And they have Devontae Adams, who no one can cover anywhere. And, you know, Sean McVay is like one of the 5 greatest coaches in the history of the NFL.
Right.
And they have an incredible offensive line. And the Patriots had a terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
That with a injured rookie at left tackle.
Ugh.
And, you know, they had like solid players. Mac Hollins is solid, and Stephon Diggs is old but solid. And, you know, these guys were decent. They were good enough to win a fairly weak AFC, but I never thought really they had any realistic chance of winning.
No. That there was no good signs to be taken from the fact the Rams put up yards in that game. You know, I mean, like you could tell how great that Seahawks defense was throughout that game. Molly's a Rams fan. So what did you think?
I'm in the sweet spot of this where I really enjoy watching them play, but when they lose, I'm upset for like a day, and then it kind of it's the perfect spot. You know, I was sad because I felt like, if they had just beat the Seahawks, they would have cruised to the title.
They would have also won the Super Bowl. Yeah,
probably would have also won the Super Bowl.
You know what? What do I have to complain about? They've won recently. The Dodgers keep on winning. I mean, you know, it's greedy at a certain point.
You have nothing to complain about, Molly.
Let's quickly transition to baseball before we open cards, because I want to ask you a question, both of you, which I know the answer to, but I want to ask it anyway. Does the Kyle Tucker contract officially mean that the sport is locked out?
It was already locked out before that.
But is it like this is the guillotine officially severing the head?
They said the same thing about the Tanner Scott contract last year, frankly.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is all.
I think it is it's the headline, right? It's what the owners are going to want to use for the lockout. They're going to be, look at this, the game is broken, blah blah blah. But you know what? If it didn't happen, if he had signed with the Mets for less money, same lockout, just they would have used a different person.
This is the Codify Baseball, which is one of my favorite follows on Blue Sky, published this statement, which I think I may have sent to you, Joe. I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay, so the Dodgers, Mets, and Yankees, the 3 highest payrolls, total about $1.43 billion in payroll, right?
Yeah.
Including the luxury tax, $1.43 billion for the Dodgers, Mets, and Yankees. That is 700 or whatever it is, 100 million more, or so 80 million more than the combined payrolls and luxury taxes of the Reds, Athletics, Brewers, Pirates, Twins, Cardinals, Rockies, White Sox, Rays, Nationals, Guardians, and Marlins.
Yeah.
So now, first, I have 2 things to say about this. Number one, shame on you, St. Louis Cardinals, for being in that group.
You know who their highest paid player is this year?
Who is it?
Dustin May.
Oh,
That's
God.
wild.
That's crazy.
That is wild. So Reds, Athletics, Brewers, Pirates, Twins, Cardinals, Rockies, White Sox, Rays, Nationals, Guardians, Marlins, 1.35 billion. Dodgers, Mets, Yankees, 1.43 billion. This is as you correctly said, Molly, like that's the reason. It's not Kyle Tucker, it's that is the
No.
reason that this is
Right.
going to happen. But it's just so depressing to see like three teams in the two biggest markets, but three teams saying like, we are going to spend all of the money we have. We're going to spend all of it. We're going to and we're going to trust that by spending all that money, we're going to make more money, like the
Right.
way the Dodgers are printing money in the Far East right now. And Steve Cohen is like, I don't care. I have $50 billion. I'm going to just spend crazy amounts of money. And understand, as we've said, that call like English Premier League soccer teams, that the way that we're going to, in quotes, make money, end quote, is when we sell the team, the valuation will be much higher because these things go up inexorably forever on a straight line. And the other teams being like, you know what? We're getting checks cut to us from those three teams every month, basically. And so we're not going to spend any money at all. We're just going to float along and we're going to make money by, I think I also read, Mal, you might know the details on this more than I do. I think I also read that was it the Pirates were among the highest, most profitable team last year. I can't remember whether it was the Pirates or some other team, but in terms of profit, because they were spending nothing and they're getting revenue sharing checks cut to them from these other teams from the luxury tax. And their attitude is, why should we spend more money? We're making money. That would be stupid for us to spend money. What are we trying to win baseball games? That's insane. So they have made this mess, and the mess is going to lead to a labor stoppage. And that is such a bummer.
Just to follow up on what I said about Dustin May, he will earn $12.5 million this year. The next highest paid player on the Cardinals is Lars Nootbaar, who will earn $5.2 million. So Dustin May is making more than double the next highest player.
Cardinals? Are you kidding me?
Dustin May. I mean,
no, it's such a bummer. And the real issue is the lockout is not going to be about making the game fairer. That's their standing order to try to make it like palatable. And I think fans are angry. I think fans across the country are angry. So they're going to try to feed on that anger. But what you have to understand is the Cardinals, the White Sox, the Reds, the Pirates, they don't want to spend any more money.
No,
it's not like they're looking like, hey, we would spend more money if we could compete. They don't want to spend more money. They want to depress salaries. They're mad at the Dodgers because they're making them look bad, but also because they're pushing salaries.
We should add the Pirates have done more in this offseason than they have in the last 11 off seasons combined, just for the record.
But almost at gunpoint, right? Yeah. I mean, like at some point, it's so embarrassing.
Well, they have a guy who guarantees they're going to win every fifth day, and it would be weirdly, it would be almost like the malpractice would be too obvious if they didn't try to win a little bit.
Right. That's what it is.
But they don't win every fifth day when Skeens pitches because they can't score any runs.
They could win every fifth day, I guess.
He has like a 1.7 ERA and is going to go 12-12.
They also have the number one prospect in baseball. I mean, like that team is loaded with potential. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, here's my belief. The guy who owns the Pirates has very, very little shame, but he has a little bit of shame. So, because if he had no shame, honestly, I don't think he would even be. And by the way, when we say they're spending money, what are they spending money on? Like mid-tier, free agents.
They're going from nothing to kind of something,
right?
In terms of
like who did they Ryan O'Hearn? I mean, like who did they sign? Like what was their they signed a couple of guys that make them moderately better, but it's not.
It's not to win. It's to make them look less bad when they go into these contentious labor negotiations.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
We're spending money. Like, no, you didn't. You ran out to the, and panic bought from the.
And by the way, none of these like small market owners want there to be a legitimate floor.
No.
Like everybody talks about like, oh, well, you just put a floor and a ceiling. Yeah. How low is that floor? If that floor was 125 or 150 million, if the floor was basically like what the NBA floor is or the NFL floor is, where you are, I mean, it's only 30% below the top or whatever. Okay, then maybe you have an argument to be made. Look, the players are never going to agree to a salary cap, but they're not even going to come to the players with a legitimate floor where if everybody hits the floor, you're going to be spending significantly more money in salaries. That won't happen.
I just went to the Pirates page to try to find all their free agency signings.
Yeah.
And their most recent transaction, just so you know, is that first baseman Endy Rodriguez changed his number to 13. So
Well,
we've got that.
That's something. That's something.
Why Andy Rodriguez? I want to know why Andy Rodriguez wants that number. Why?
Maybe he's a big A-Rod guy.
Well, Taylor Swift. That's the Taylor.
Oh,
Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Does he have children who love Taylor, or does
Maybe
he?
He loves Taylor.
Maybe he loves Taylor.
I wonder if remember when a lot of the Latin guys were learning English by watching Friends?
Yeah.
I wonder if Taylor has been helping some people out too.
Oh, it's a good one. That's a good
just
point.
because I'm sure if they don't listen, their kids do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if some of those guys have daughters old enough to care about Taylor, but anyway, let's open baseball cards. So let's tell everyone once again. So we're raising money for Team Gleason. It's an excellent organization. We encourage all of you to donate. Go to Team Gleason/Poscast.
No,
POS.
teamgleason.org.
teamgleason.org/Poscast. And we're asking for you to donate $25, but anything you give enters you into our raffle. We'll choose a bunch of winners, 5 winners or so. You'll be able to tell us every team, every player, everything you care about. We'll send you every card we open, except for the super high. If we find a super high end one, we might auction that off separately.
You can by the way, when you do it, it'll give you like a little message.
You'll fill out a form.
You'll fill out a form. You can send us a message. So you can send us what you want. Like you can send us specific cards you want, what team you love, who's your favorite player.
Just to give you some to recap, we opened a box of 1974 Topps cards.
Yes.
With Bob Costas, and we found here's some right here. Here's a 74 Pete Rose.
Look at that.
We have a 74 Reggie Jackson right there. Look at that beautiful card.
What a good card.
There are multiple Pete Roses. In fact, we basically found the entire Big Red machine. We got Tony Perez, we got Joe Morgan. We've got these cool all-star cards. Here's Billy Williams and Reggie Jackson. These cards are in very good condition. J.R. Richard, Dusty Baker, Dick Allen, Phil Niekro. So many great 1974 cards. We also opened basketball cards with Tom Haberstroh.
Yep.
Which we're still, by the way, we're still in the process of opening them off camera.
Yeah.
And we found more.
I've got a few cool things that I found off camera that we'll talk about today.
Here's a Derek White rookie. If you're a Celtics fan or a Spurs fan, here's a Tatum rookie. Look at that. Look how beautiful that card is. We've got Giannis. We've got some cool patch card. Oh, here's a De'Aaron Fox green.
Where is Giannis going, by the way? Where is Giannis going to end up?
I don't know. What a mess. What a terrible mess that is.
Only Los Angeles, just because we get everyone good.
There's I heard Brian Windhorst talking about Kawhi, because the Clippers have to figure out whether they're going to offer him an extension. And as you may know about Kawhi, he's interested in money.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's interested in it as a concept.
Yeah.
There was a sort of like casual floating of like, maybe that's the move for the Warriors, that he joins Steph and tries, which I thought was interesting. Look at this signed De'Aaron Fox rookie.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at that.
Yep. I got Jamal Murray. I got Jokic here. Like, they're basically like, whatever your team is, whatever your sport is, we're going to have a bunch of cards that you're going to want and you're going to enjoy. So today, what are we opening, Joe?
Well, I got a bunch of stuff. So I've got some stuff that I opened off camera. I'm going to open up for so that Molly will have some fun stuff to talk about. Some Topps Heritage new cards, 2025
right?
Topps Heritage cards, so we can talk about some current players. But let me share a couple of things that I found that you might find cool, and we'll kind of do it. First of all, one of our wonderful listeners sent in this Lou Gehrig card, which
game used bat card, right?
used bat card that is so awesome.
Wha-
And we're gonna give that away unless one of us buy it, which we might die, because it's so cool. And obviously Lou Gehrig, we're gonna actually as we get a little closer to it, we're gonna try to have Boog Sciambi on here to talk a little bit about Lou Gehrig Day coming up. Boog is involved in trying to do something very, very cool with that, also to raise money for ALS. So found that, and then just a few kind of interesting cards. So I opened up these draft cards, these Bowman draft cards,
Right.
which I'll talk about here again in a minute. But found some cool cards. This is a Charlie Condon. He was the second pick
Yeah.
in the draft.
Mhm.
Big prospect, big time prospect. Found a couple of numbered cards. If you're a big Mets fan and you want Antonio Jimenez to, you're a big believer. He's coming up. Got several Eli Willits cards, the number 1 pick in the draft, including this Chrome card. It's not numbered.
God, how many number 1 picks in the last 10 years have had the Washington Nationals logo on there?
Maybe at least the third. Fourth,
Yeah.
third.
And Dylan Cruz was number 2 overall, I think, right? Or maybe. So
Found a
top,
couple of
top 5 every year, those guys.
every year. Found a couple of cool names. Ike Irish, I think, is a cool
Very
name. Do we like Ike Irish? Yeah.
Well, he's on the Orioles, so that means he'll stay on the Orioles for the rest of his life. You will, that person, if you're an Orioles fan, Ike Irish will never be traded for any reason.
And then a couple of cool just numbered things. Liam Doyle, I don't know, but if you're a Cardinals fan, that will be thrown into your
Oh yeah.
into your
he's supposed to
packet.
be
He's
really
a
good.
prospect, and that's numbered over there. A signed Murph Gray card for those Pirates fans. But here's the reason I bring all this up, because there's cooler stuff to show. I think we now have a new podcast player, potential podcast player. I don't know anything about him, but I got 2 autographed and numbered Colin Yeaman cards for the Baltimore Orioles.
Look at that.
He is a shortstop prospect. I don't know how good a prospect he is, but they just kept coming up. So we have a lot to root for with
How do you
Colin
spell his
Yeaman.
last name?
Yeaman. And it says on the back, I think he played at like the College of the something or other. I mean, he's like, there's a whole story with Colin.
He's
Yeaman.
21 years old. He's a 6'2", 200-pound shortstop playing at the Single-A Delmarva Shorebirds.
Okay.
He
Just
went
drafted.
He in his first 54 at bats, he was 10 of 54 with 2 RBI and
Okay.
570 OPS.
Where
So,
was he?
but
early.
What round was he drafted in?
He was pick 124 in the 4th round.
Fourth round. Okay.
Over 124 overall. Played at UC Irvine.
He's got a
He's
shot.
right.
Oh,
He's from right here in Santa Clarita. He was born April 15th, 2004. Oh God. He was born in 2004.
He was born in 2004, making him
He's a TI anteater. We have to say zot, 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 because that's the sound that anteaters make, I guess. I don't
There
know.
you go.
2004. So he's younger than my oldest daughter, but just a year older than my youngest daughter. Anyway, Colin Yeaman, 2 things. One, if you're a huge fan of Colin Yeaman, these cards could be yours. If you're a big believer in, hey, I think that guy could be good, those cards could be yours. If you are Colin Yeaman, those cards could be yours. So that's kind of a cool thing.
At UC Irvine in his senior year, in 60 games, he slashed 336, 447, 591.
Look at that.
13 homers in 60 games.
I did just take a very cursory glance and saw there was a sleeper pick video about him, that he's a potential sleeper prospect. So Colin Yeaman, I mean, look, that's part of the joy here is you'll get your favorite players, but you also might get a card that ends up being super duper valuable. You don't
That's
know.
right.
You don't know.
Oh, well, here's what I'm opening today. I work with a guy named Caleb Duffy who generously donated. Heard I was doing this. Turns out to be a psycho like us, or like me. I'll say I won't drag you guys into my psychosis. But he gave me a bunch of boxes of cards to open, including these very odd and exciting 2023 Topps black and white.
Ooh,
So these are
what was the meeting like in that? You know what we're missing are cards that don't have color. That's what people want.
It's 3 packs of cards with 10 cards each. They're in black and white. And then he also gave me these Topps Stadium Club cards from
Look at that. Those are great. Yeah.
These are 2021 cards. Stadium Club is like a sort of, some people think they're lame. I think they're kind of cool. It's just a different brand. But I'm going to open these black and white ones first. You're going to open Heritage?
I will open some Heritage cards and then I'll come back to some of the cool stuff that I found elsewhere.
On the back of these black and white cards, by the way, it says this: every season, a fresh story in baseball unfolds. That's true.
That is so true.
New heroes emerge. All-time greats continue their ascent toward baseball immortality. The 2023 iteration of Topps Black and White Baseball is meant for fans who want to pass those story down. This 100-card collection features high-end photography from world-class photographers who document America's pastime one game at a time.
Wow. I like it.
Do we know which ones we're trying to hit? Like which ones are worth the most or the most rare? Or
well, I think it's a good question. I think we're kind of just rolling through, but we'll know if they're numbered and they're like a big.
I'm exclusively looking for Colin Yeamans.
Well, I mean, sure. At this point,
my brother-in-law works closely. He played for UCI baseball and knows all those guys.
All right,
let's text him and get the scouting report.
Let's get more Colin Yeaman information. 100%.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Here's some Topps black and whites. So this is a combination. These are from 2023. It's a combination of current players, I think, and older players. Like the first one is Cal Ripken. There's Cal Ripken. Look at that.
Look at that. All right, I'm going to just tell you this. There are 2 things about that card. 1, it's very cool. 2, no way that's a world-class photographer took that photo.
I disagree. How dare you?
It looks like every single other card photo.
Here's Spencer Steer.
What? Once again, I'm gonna have to say,
I think you're wrong. I think these are excellent cards.
They're excellent. I'm not arguing the quality of the cards or the photos. They're fine photos, but do they stand out compared to like regular?
Well, look at this. Okay, Joe's a hater. Look at this card. Here's a Freddie Freeman.
Okay, that's different.
Now that's a cool ass photo.
That's a great photo.
I'm gonna buy that from you because that's my niece, my little mini me. She her second ever baseball game was Freddie Freeman in the Grand
By the
Slam.
way,
That's
so
right.
Molly will do this. So let's get her that card. Also, I will tell Molly I'm going to LA tomorrow, actually, and I forgot to give it to her before, but I will give her the Freddie Freeman bobblehead that I got.
Yes,
for your niece. Yes.
Yeah, but speaking of, just my niece is like your son. I mean, she's been a Dodger. She's 7. She's been a Dodger fan for 2 years, and they've won it both. But she's really a fan. Like she's not like she's sick. She has a sickness. She's wearing Ohtani's number this year, and she already has Edwin Diaz's trumpet walk-up song.
Great.
Like I showed it to her one time on YouTube. She asked to see it again, and then her wheels were turning, and then she's like, all right, this is my new song.
Seeing that fire start in a kid's brain is delightful. I will say though, this photo, this looks like he's from a movie set. This is like
that is a great photo. See, like if all of them were like that, I would have never made that comment.
Looks like it was taken on the road too, right? Which is interesting.
Oh, good point. Let's see if we can guess the stadium.
Photographers are in LA.
What stadium is that?
Wait, is he in gray or white?
It's hard to tell. But
I'll tell you what, the stadium. From the stadium, it looks like Dodger Stadium.
Okay, then it is white. I was gonna say it's pretty crazy the number of photographs of players on Getty Images. Like how many of them are taken at Dodger Stadium?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of the visitor, So
here's Tristan Casas, who I hope will make a triumphant return to the Red Sox lineup this year.
I hope so too. And by the way, that's a good card. That's a good photo.
Yeah. So this is cool. Here's Yelich. and he's, I think, just hit a walk-off or something with the way that his hand is raised, or at
Yet
least a
again,
homer.
great
Home.
photo.
That's
Okay.
at home. That's probably a walk-off. Maybe not a
Yeah.
homer, but a
Well, look, his helmet isn't even on, so he already took his helmet off and threw it
Yeah.
up in the air.
Yeah, that's a walk-off.
Here's a rookie collection Jordan Walker. That's a cool. There's the one little splash of red there for
That's
against the
interesting.
Cardinals. That's pretty cool.
God,
He-
is it possible for the Cardinals to have screwed up Jordan Walker anymore?
No, it's not.
It's not.
Here's a numbered card. Look at this. It's Rafael Devers, and it's like it's sort of a daguerreotype, sort of a silvery thing.
Oh, I like
Beautiful
that.
photo.
And it's
These
numbered.
are cool cards. Now,
it's numbered
now
4 out of
I'm
5. That's at home. That's Fenway. No,
Yeah.
it's not Fenway. That's left field. That's on the road. But it's numbered 4 out of 5. That's pretty cool.
No,
oh wait, no, that is Fenway because that's right
that's
field.
Fenway.
Yeah,
That's right field. Yeah, that's Fenway.
It's very hard to see. It actually shows up better when I hold it up to the camera here.
That is a very cool card.
That's very
I'm
cool.
now totally into these cards. I've
Wait,
never
when you
even
say
heard of them.
4 out of 5. You mean only 5 exist of that
Only
card?
5
right.
exist in the entire world.
Yeah.
Ooh. Which box is this again? Let me look this up.
This is the 2023 Topps Black and White. I'm going to slip these into.
I'm into this. Were you aware of the black and white before this, Mike?
Yeah, I knew of them. I've never opened any packs of them before.
I like them. All right,
Yeah.
let's see what we get here. So these are Topps Heritage, obviously looking for something cool. We got Justin Turner to start off. Does it break your heart to see Justin Turner in a Cubs uniform, Molly? Does that bother you?
You know what? I think it's pretty incredible that he's still playing
Yeah,
because
for
so
sure.
many guys in his like Brandon Belt, Anthony Rizzo, those guys were done at like age 34 or something around there. So I think it speaks to him that he's still hanging on,
Totally.
whatever that means, whether he's being reasonable in contract negotiations, whether he's being like helpful to younger players, whatever.
Remember
it
when
is.
he got COVID on the day that they won the World Series and everyone pretended that he didn't have COVID?
Are you asking me if I remember when the Dodgers won the World Series for the first time that I was like caught?
Yeah, do you remember that?
And then it almost got derailed because one of their players had to be pulled off the field with a deadly virus before there was a vaccine.
She might remember this, Mike.
Do you remember that, Molly?
It seems like she does. She might remember it. Yeah.
And rather than letting me enjoy the win, everyone was yelling at me about this super spreader event and how everyone was going to die and
Yeah, it was
how
a
the Dodgers
bummer.
are terrible.
Yeah, do you remember?
All right, we got.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
We got Cabrian Hayes, a favorite of Mike and mine. We always want Cabrian Hayes to become a star.
So good defensively. If he could just hit like
a little bit,
if he could have a 740 OPS.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. This is what are these like special ones? They're chrome. Is that what they're called? These.
Yeah.
They're a little chrome Jack Dryer card.
Oh, love Jack Dryer.
Look at that. This is for Molly right here.
I believe. I don't want to spread this rumor. I have respect for him because his significant other is older and I think she's like a single mom and I think they're getting married. I don't know. I think he's a good dude.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Person. By older, she's probably like 2 years older, but you know how
she's 29. Yeah.
So it's not a reverse Belichick, is what you're saying. It's not.
Exactly. I just think what I'm saying is that this is a mature young man,
right? No, totally.
Who I've only seen and heard wonderful things about.
You know, Corbin Burns is just like I don't even know what to say anymore about Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns was the best pitcher in the world. Right? Wouldn't you say 3 years ago or 4 years ago before Scooble really picked it up and before Skeens made it on the scene? This was the number one pitcher on earth.
I think you and I on the same day, Joe, both randomly wrote about how out of nowhere.
Yes,
about
that's
how
right.
underrated he was.
Yeah, because he's so unhittable.
Underpaid. And it was like they weren't even in the news. We both just had this like epiphany in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Totally. What's his story? What is happening with Burns right at this moment?
I don't know specifically I mean, he seems like he got hurt, right? But I think he's coming back and I think he's just kind of on the Diamondbacks, which is, kind of a
Kind
weird
of on the
thing.
Diamondbacks. I guess Zach Gallen is now kind of on the Diamondbacks again. He resigned.
Corbin Burns he's 31.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had a 1.16 whip last year in 11 games. That's not terrible.
Well, it was only 11 games though, because he got hurt.
But he hasn't had an ERA. His career ERA is 3.15. Like, he's still a very good pitcher.
Absolutely. But look, I mean, the year after he won the Cy Young, he was best pitcher in the world. I think he was just number one. And that was when Molly and I were like, this guy is awesome.
243 strikeouts in 202 innings.
Yeah.
Although the year he won the Cy Young, he was significantly better. He had a 1.63 FIP.
But I'm just saying he was still great, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
He gave up that year, by the way, in 167 innings, he gave up 7 homers.
Wow.
I mean, that's insane.
He was, he's coming back at the All-Star break, I think.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Look at this Hank Aaron card. Isn't that fun? That's a fun card. That's a little fun
American flag.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of an American flag. It's kind of like an American streamers kind of going all around him. It's kind of weird. And then here's a Dylan Cruz rookie thing. Is Dylan Cruz going to be good?
Oof.
We talked about this last time
because
I found a bunch of Dylan Cruzes, and the thing I said, Molly, was the year he left college, I would have bet everything I owned on him being a
superstar,
not
just a star,
like a eventual batting champion.
Yeah.
In college, I mean, that there was just, remember it was like, wasn't there a debate whether to take him or Skeens? Like at that point, it was like they were both so great. It's like, oh, one's the pitching star, one's the hitting star.
Yeah, it was 1A and 1B, and
hasn't worked that way, has it?
Hasn't.
Okay. Well, he is 23. I mean,
yeah, he's still young, of course.
This could be like another Gavin Lux situation, where
oof. Nobody.
Sorry, but I mean, the guy who was, because at one point Lux was the number 1 overall prospect.
Yeah, sure he was.
And then, but in Lux's defense, I mean, he did suffer horrible injuries and
he was having a really good season that year. He had like an 800 OPS or something that year that he got hurt. He was just finally coming into his own.
Finally about to have that job at second base, and everything was good, and then he blew out, and so
it's
to be fair to Lux, I mean, he did, injuries played a part.
Well, for sure, but it's such a bummer. I mean, it's always to me a bummer when like can't miss prospects miss, for whatever reason. All right, what do you got, Mike?
I now hate Topps black and white.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
It's a Yankee.
You start out with A-Rod.
Oh, okay.
You go right to Garrett Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Yuck. And then you get hit sideways with Anthony Volpe.
Okay.
Well, you don't mind Anthony Volpe, though. Being honest, you don't mind him.
I mean, who was your favorite out of those 3 guys? Or sorry, who do you like the least out of those 3 players?
Oh, there's no question, right?
Well, I mean, A-Rod doesn't play anymore.
No, but it doesn't matter.
Garrett Cole. I can't stand Garrett Cole. And then, by the way, just to top it off, here's Aaron Judge.
Oh, wow. It's a good photo.
Yeah, it's a good photo. I should have mentioned this earlier, but standing offer for those of you who want to donate to Team Gleason at teamgleason.org/podcast. You can request, again, any player, any team, any number of teams. You can say, I'm a Steelers fan and a Yankee fan and a Heat fan, and we'll send you all of those cards if you want to. You can also, if you wish, request that I tear any Yankee card in half live on camera, and I will do it. And that includes the Lou Gehrig bat card, which is worth several $100s. I will happily tear that in half. Here's a cool card. So all of these packs, all of these sets have parallels. They have numbered parallels that are limited editions.
Right.
So this is out of, let's see, this is out of 99. It's a Craig Biggio card, but it's a photo negative card.
Oh, look at that.
His face appears dark and his jersey appears dark, and everything else is, so the wall behind him was dark and now looks light, etc. It's like a weird thing that they do in some of these sets.
We need to be doing this.
By the way, if you are a Craig Biggio fan,
yeah,
that's a once in a lifetime card for you.
Exactly.
That's true. That yes, we are. This is hitting like the true collectors who want every single.
Absolutely.
They also have, here's a Johnny Bench. So if you're a Reds fan, you got to donate here and get into this raffle, because now you've got a bunch of 1974 Big Red Machine guys, and you've got this
75.
74 cards.
Oh,
I'm
74
saying.
card. Yeah.
But you've got this, now you also get this Johnny Bench, this cool black and white Johnny Bench card.
So,
I mean,
by
what
the
are you
way,
doing?
did you open all the 74 cards?
Yeah. I
And
got all of them.
and did not get a Winfield?
Did not get a Winfield, which was a bummer.
That's a bummer.
500 cards, no Winfield. We did get a Nolan Ryan that's in very good condition, though.
Oh, very
which I
nice.
might have to get graded and auction off separately, because it's depending on what the grade is, it's a pretty valuable card. But
It's a valuable card.
yeah, got some of the others, but no Winfield. It was a bummer.
Well, I think this is the reason we cared about Winfield is Mike and I wrote a book together that is coming out May 19th. And Dave Winfield plays a significant role in it for reasons that we won't get into right now, because it's very, very funny how he plays a role in it. But he does. But I only bring this up here for two reasons. One, obviously, our book is available. Pre-order. You can pre-order the book anywhere. But more importantly, we have a chapter in that book about Unrivaled, the 3-on-3 women's league. We went down. We will tell you that chapter, we went down to see them. It was amazing. Met all sorts of cool fans, wrote about just what it is like. This, I think our theme was, this was a league that had no fans to start with, and how do you build fans? And that
Started from nothing. Yeah.
Started from nothing and all that. They are coming. They just announced this. This has literally just been announced. They're coming to New York.
Brooklyn,
Right to Brooklyn on March 2nd, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
So at Barclays Center for the semifinals, right?
For the semifinals of this thing, which they just announced. It's like the gall to announce something 2 weeks before,
and sold 10,000 tickets in like 6 hours.
It's 6 hours. So if you want to get a ticket, get in there, because it'll be super duper fun. So
yeah.
All right, let me. I got some cool cards here. One, I got Sam Huff, which is not a cool card, but it's a cool. Sam Huff was a Hall of Fame linebacker for the Giants. I think that's kind of fun. Here's Kyle Hendricks on the Angels.
Oh,
I always forget that he's still playing. It's like he's.
Serious question. Who throws harder, Kyle Hendricks or any of the three of us?
Well, it depends on are we talking fastball? Because I mean, I think all of us throw our curveball harder than he does.
Kyle Hendricks could also probably kick our ass at like trivia too, in addition to baseball. He's really smart.
He's smart. He's awesome. But he also kind of got that poor man's Greg Maddux, like right away. Like that was the thing that he got thrown on. I don't think you want to be a poor man's anybody. I think when you get that label does not, you don't want.
If you're going to be a poor man's anybody,
that's the guy to be a poor.
That's the guy to,
honestly, if you are a poor man's anybody, it's never somebody. You're never like a poor man's Dwayne Kuiper or whatever. I mean,
I had a friend once who referred to Johnny Depp as a rich man's Skeet Ulrich. And I thought that was an incredible thing to say about someone.
I love the rich man's concept more than I love the poor man's concept.
You know what? It's true, because it says, according to Google, Greg Maddux made $151 million in his career, and Kyle Hendricks made $79 million.
There you go.
So he is a poor man's.
He is a dirt poor poor man's Greg Maddux.
How about this card? All right. Let's say you're listening to this podcast, which is already a stretch. But let's say you're listening to this and you're a Milwaukee Brewers fan. You want this Bryce Terang.
Look at that.
Like with the cloth from
Game used patch.
Game used patch. Come on.
I just bought 77 tickets to Brewers game.
Oh, that's
against
right.
Dodgers.
When is that? When do you got? When
Memorial Day weekend, we're doing this insane thing where we're going Wrigley Field, Astros, Cubs on Friday, and then we're going to Dodgers Brewers on Saturday, and then we're coming back down on Monday and going to White Sox Twins.
Oh my
But
god!
the White Sox Twins, you don't have to like go through group sales and call. You can just like order up to 99 tickets together. On
Oh,
their
I don't
website.
even think I don't just show up at the
Just
ballpark.
walk up
mean-
to the door. Yeah.
I was so shocked because I'm used to like baseball tickets costing $150 or whatever, and like their tickets cost like $20. So I'm
Oh, and by the way, that's now. Like,
Yeah.
game day, you'll get it cheaper than $20
I'm
if
hoping
you
to
want
throw
it.
out the first pitch. Not me, but I'm hoping someone in our group can throw out the first pitch because we'll be bringing 70 people, which might be, a third of the.
They might let you play the actual first pitch.
You'll be
Well,
closing.
Yeah, that'd be.
There's Steve Carlton doing with the same weird baseball with the flag thing.
Well,
going
again,
on
this
back
set, this Topps Heritage set, is celebrating the 1976.
there. Yeah, 1976.
so
Because these are 1976 style
There's a
cards.
bicentennial theme going on.
Yeah, there's Scott
Oh.
Efros. I don't even know who that is, but he's a Yankee.
I do. I'll tear
Mike-
that card in half for $5.
Mike will tear that card in half for any amount of money that you guys want to do it.
Oh my God.
Here's a Josh Naylor card. Look at that. That's kind of fun.
Mariners this year. What do we
You-
think? Is this it? Are we going to do it this year, Mariners?
Molly and I pick them every year.
Every year.
Every year we
Every
pick
year.
them. And
Every
then,
year.
yeah.
They came so close this year, though. I mean, it was so good.
So good. So close.
And they ugh.
I think we owe it to ourselves as fans of the game to just continue to pick them every year until we're right.
Yeah. We'll pick them until they get there. That's it.
Doing it. I
Every
mean,
year.
they did get Naylor back. What did they did? They just did. Oh, they traded for Donovan, right?
They
He's
traded
Yeah.
for Donovan, but they
He's
lost
really good.
Suarez, which I think is kind of a bummer. that
He's
they-
old.
weird.
I
He's
don't know.
old, but-
I don't know.
But he'll hit 48 home runs anyway. He doesn't care. All right, and then look at this card. It's a perfect 10 Mike
I know
Trout
that
card.
neck anywhere. I know that. Neck. I can't even see who it is, but I know the neck.
He's a perfect 10. Would you call Mike Trout a perfect 10?
I would say that he's the most balanced hitter maybe ever in terms of when he was in his prime, right? Like he didn't have any holes in his swing anywhere. And so from a like mechanics standpoint, when he was fully healthy in his prime, he was as close to a perfect 10 as a hitter as you could get.
Okay, in your lifetime, people you have seen, so not even like Yaz or somebody, not that you would pick Yaz, but not even somebody who, played just, you've maybe saw him when he was old or whatever.
Right.
In your lifetime, who is the best baseball player you've ever seen? Everything. And that's all the tools, not just best hitter, not best. I mean, if you want to pick a pitcher, you can. Who is the very best baseball player you've ever seen? Molly?
Scott Efros.
Is this non-Shohei division?
No. If Shohei is the best player you've ever seen, then it's definitely Shohei.
Gotta
Best
be, right?
player I've ever seen is Shohei. The best hitter I've ever seen is Manny Ramirez after he got traded to the Dodgers.
Ooh.
Was probably roided to the gills or whatever. I mean, he put up like
Oh, it was unbelievable.
someone
Manny
had a
would.
stat yesterday that like because they compared it to the 60 game seasons, the 60 game COVID season, and his WAR was just like I'll find it, but you guys talk amongst yourselves.
No, it's so good. The only argument against Shohei's is DH. That's the only argument to, and obviously you say Shohei when he was both a hitter and a pitcher, but he was a DH. Mike, who is the greatest baseball player you've ever seen? Everything.
I mean, I think Shohei's the greatest baseball player of all time.
Right.
So I would have to say Shohei. I think the only people who are remotely close that I've personally seen would
Yep.
be your Ken Griffey Jr., I think is probably in the mix.
Okay.
I think, and by the way, the Shohei DH argument I think falls apart because of the pitching. Because when you say best baseball player of all time, you're thinking about offense and defense,
Right.
and so he doesnn't play a defensive position except he plays the most important one and is amazing at it. So yeah, I think it's got to be Shohei. I think Griffey would be in the mix, and then for sentimental reasons, I would say Mookie in terms of all around athleticism.
Trout, yes or no?
Yeah, but it's just so hard to say that because he just was always hurt. He plays like 40
No,
games
I think
a year,
we're talking about in your prime, in
your prime. Then Trout's in the Trout, Griffey, Mookie for sentimental reasons. Those guys are in the mix, but it's Shohei. Shohei's the best. There's never been a better player of the game than Shohei Ohtani ever.
I'm not arguing.
I mean, except and then maybe it's Willie Mays, right? It's like Shohei is in the class of Willie Mays and whoever you want to say, Ted Williams.
Somebody should do a book on this.
They
Somebody
really
should do a
should.
book that they count
Like
down
ranking them?
ranking the greatest players ever. I think that would be an interesting book for somebody to do.
Speaking of the Mariners, here's Julio. That's a pretty great photo.
That's an awesome photo. Look at that.
Obvious thing to say. If the Mariners are ever going to do it, it's up to this guy right here. This guy has to. He's got to
win the MVP. He's got to
take the leap from like 6 WAR player to 10 WAR player.
Yeah, he's got to win the MVP. I think that's right.
Here's George Brett. Look at that photo.
That's a great photo. Yeah, there you go. That's a great one.
And then there's a couple other cool cards in here. Here's a great photo of Corbin Carroll. Carroll.
Hamate bone injury.
Yeah, I know.
God, I never even heard of this hamate, and suddenly it's just tearing everybody apart.
They're acting like it's not as big of a deal as it is.
It's a big deal, right?
It is a big deal because it screws up their hand strength, and they might come back from it, but very few of them.
What a player he is when he's healthy, though.
Oh,
man.
Fantastic!
Yeah.
He plays with his hair
look at Jordan. Is this a comeback year for Jordan?
Yes, I think I say yes. That was one that Molly and I wrote on the same day. Where Molly and I just wrote, that is the scariest baseball player to face.
The year that he went nuclear in the playoffs, I was like, oh, this is the best hitter in the game right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the Dodgers traded him for Josh Fields.
In retrospect, not a great deal.
Not a great deal. And then here's another numbered card. This is out of 25. It's Dylan Carlson with a sort of green, like a sickly green tint.
That's not in love with the card itself, but it's fun.
This is like a filter you would use on a TV show to indicate that someone has a tummy ache.
Or is it alien?
No, that really would be the commercial like that they would do for like the Tums commercial.
Yeah,
like, they would just put
like not feeling something not agree with you at dinner.
All right, here we go. This is fun. So I put this together for everybody. These are all either the draft cards or their Bowman Select cards. But here you go. Look at this. We start with Connor Griffin, the number 1 prospect in baseball.
There he is.
Isn't that fun? Number 1 prospect in baseball.
He'll be up when? When is he up? Is he up from the beginning of the year, or is he up in May or something?
Probably in May, right?
They probably want to keep his arbitration clock
unless they think he can win Rookie of the Year, and then they'll get an extra.
Oh, that's right. There's money. There's money now on Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
The number 2 prospect in baseball, Kevin McGonigal. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep. He's also
Tigers need him. I mean, they need him.
I think they need him. I love the number 3 prospect in baseball is, and I got 3 of them, Jesus Made for the Brewers.
Oh, yeah.
But it's spelled Jesus Made, which I think is very, very fun in and of itself. So, so we got 3 Jesus Made. That's the number 3 prospect in baseball. The number 4 prospect in baseball is Colt Emerson. And by the way, these rankings as given to us by friend of the podcast, Keith Law. So Colt Emerson, the number 4 prospect in baseball, we got a couple of them. Max Clark. Again, Tigers desperately need him to come up big. The number 5 prospect in baseball is Aiden Miller. So we got that card. That's kind of cool.
What position does he play?
Aiden Miller is a hitter. I cannot read because I don't have my glasses on, which is so sad. But he's good. He's good. Oh, he's a shortstop. He's a shortstop. Right. Yep. Yeah. So he's very good. The number 7 prospect in baseball is JJ Weatherholt.
What a name.
Yeah. Great name.
Incredible name.
It's kind of a perfect cardinal. Just seems like that's a cardinal,
name.
Right? There.
JJ Weatherholt is the name of a guy who, the guy who owns the Daily Planet in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The number 8 prospect in baseball is Walter Jenkins.
Walker
Jenkins. Big power, right?
Is on my fantasy dynasty team, who I am worried may have Buxton's palsy like the rest of the Twins.
Yeah.
You know, like Royce Lewis, Luke Keachall. Buxton's palsy is a
So
term.
cannot stay
It's
healthy is what you're saying.
that was coined by our friend Andy McCullough.
Oh yeah.
Just to describe how the Twins have these amazing players with the best ability in the world who are made of chewing gum. And
They have the Mr. Glass disease.
yes.
The number 9 prospect in baseball is Leo DeVries. I got a couple Leo DeVries cards. That's for your Sacramento A's right there.
The Padres traded for Mason Miller with the idea that they would convert him to starter, but now he's just been named the closer. So I don't know what's going on.
Don't you think Mason Miller is better as a closer? Doesn't that make more sense?
Yeah, but I have no idea. I mean, I'm just going on what they've said, but
no, I know. And then we got a couple of other prospects. Cam Caminiti is kind of an interesting prospect that keeping an eye on.
Is he Ken's kid?
He is Ken Kidd, yeah. And then we got this. He's not a huge prospect, but great name, Johnny Farmello. That's a numbered card for you. Johnny Farmello is a top 100 prospect. So
Mariners. Okay.
Yep, Mariners. So again, all of these, we will send you that whole pack of just these prospects. There might be something really cool in there.
I've opened these Stadium Club Chrome cards. They're very cool. Like I don't know how well this reads, but they're a very, very like 3D kind of looking. Glossy
yeah, that's
images.
very cool looking card. Yeah.
There's Miguel Sano.
Okay.
These are from 2021. Remember. So
by the way, Miguel Sano, another one of the twins.
Here's Matt Olson back when he was on the A's.
Yeah, Matt Olson had a really good year last year. I didn't
realize
how good a year.
He's
he is
really good.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's Ichiro catching it, going to his knees to catch a fly ball at age.
Why is he doing that? Why is he going to his knees to catch that fly ball?
Because he loves to entertain
awesome.
us. Yeah.
Maybe the sun was in his eyes. That might be, maybe he was fighting the sun.
Here's Verlander on the Astros in their post-championship
All right.
season.
Am I right? How cool is the reaction that Tarek Skubal has had to them getting
very good
Verlander? He's like
cool.
He's like a little kid. He's so excited that they're getting Verlander.
After the way that the Tigers, after everything that went down, and
I know after the way they kind of tried to job him.
It is very funny that because you almost never see this, that they went into arbitration and Skubal was like, I want $32 million. And they were like, we want to pay you $14 million.
19, right. Yeah.
Or whatever it was. And then they went in front of the judge and the judge was like, pay the guy $32 million.
It's like, why are we here? What are we doing?
Let's not forget that the night after the hearing, before they found out how it went, they went out and signed Framber Valdez and guaranteed him more than $32 million a year.
It was so ridiculous.
It's incredible.
But I do wonder, why did they think that a judge was going to side with them on that amount?
I think they just were like, we know we're going to pay him. We might as well give it a shot. Maybe we'll settle in the middle and save a
Why didn't they just pay him in the first place if they knew they were going to pay him? Why go through all of that?
The crazy thing, though, is how did they let this get to arbitration?
Right.
I mean,
that's my point.
If you look at even the Red Sox, who have been pretty cheap in the last 5 years, have started just like Roman Anthony has a $110 million contract now after half a year because they were like, we don't want to play this out year by year. It's not good for morale. It's not good for the players' relationship. Like lock him. They should have locked him up a year ago, 2 years ago. They should have they should have given him a 8-year deal, bought out his arbitration, bought out 3 years of free agency and paid him $40 million a year and they'd be in a much better place. But now you're like, oh, maybe he's trade bait. Maybe the best pitcher in baseball is going to be on the trade market in July. It's so crazy.
Hey, if they get off to a bad start, they might trade him.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
That division, though. How are they going to be 10 games out and then trade him? Look at that division.
Because the Twins all took super serum formula from Captain America, and they're all going to
all be healthy this year.
Look at Schwarber on the Red Sox. I miss this guy.
Oh,
I totally memory hold that even happened.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Was it like half a season or what happened?
Right. They traded him to Washington, right?
Yeah.
No, they let him go. They didn't re-sign him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Washington traded him.
He came to the Red Sox and was put at first base and had never played first base before, essentially. And it was a little rough. And there was a wonderful game. I think we've talked about this before. There was a wonderful game where I think dropped a foul pop-up and then dropped an infield pop-up. And then there was a third infield pop-up that he caught, and the crowd at Fenway erupted into applause, and he like took his hat off and waved it to the crowd. And it was like, and as soon as that happened, I was like, re-sign this guy. This guy's
I love
amazing.
him.
Like, just what are you doing? This guy rules.
I love it. By the way, I also love that the Red Sox at that stage were like, look, he's never played first base, but look at him. I mean, this guy can play anywhere.
He's left-handed. He's got a big belly. Look at Babe. There's a Babe Ruth card in this set.
Oh, with the big giant bat. That's a great card.
Yeah.
And like, you wouldn't rip that in half, would you?
Of course I would.
He would. I would not let him rip the Lou Gehrig in half. Now, Lou Gehrig stands for more.
You won't have a choice. I'm going to buy it, and then I'm going to rip it in half.
No, you're not. No, you are not.
You can't rip the Lou Gehrig card in half when we're
Watch
You're
me.
raising money for ALS for crying out loud.
I will buy the card for its face value, and then I will rip it in half.
No,
What's so hard to explain about this? Here's a signed card in this set.
Oh.
From Jose Devers. On the Marlins? Do you remember Jose Devers? Because I do not.
I do not have a great memory of Jose Devers.
It's a cool photo.
That's a very cool photo.
Is he in Raphael's family?
I don't believe he is.
No, probably not.
And he's Dominican. He was acquired in a trade with the Yankees in 2017. I think he's mostly. It says Devers was a 21-year-old who never had played a single game above single A when he was called up to the Marlins early in 2021. That sounds right. The contact-oriented batter who plays dazzling up the middle defense. Jose charted his first hit on May 2nd against Washington. So at least he got a knock in the majors. That's pretty cool.
It got a knock. That's a good thing.
Raphael Devers is his cousin, everyone.
There you go.
All right, there we go. All right, here we go. I got some fun cards. We're going to try to come close to wrapping this up here. Look at this Bobby Witt select card. Isn't that great? Look at Bobby Witt.
Why does it look like a Mariners logo behind him?
Okay, so I said this last time, but so Panini, which makes select, does not have a contract with MLB, so they cannot show logos or uniform.
Mention the team name. Yeah.
So it'll just say Bobby Witt. It'll just say Kansas City at the bottom.
Yeah.
Which show that card again? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got that. Look at this Paul Skeens card. Does not say Pirates on it.
You can't. So you see the logo on his hat has been airbrushed away. The logo on his jersey has been They oftentimes will try to choose photos of hitters who were twisted at the end of their swing, so it's kind of hiding their logo.
How about this fun Manny Ramirez card? Look at that card. That's kind of fun,
So
right?
Manny Ramirez, I looked it up. He had a 3.5 WAR in 53 games for the Dodgers.
It was incredible. It was incredible.
And the best player offensively during the 60-game season was Trey Turner, who had a 3.2 WAR.
Wow.
He was better than
anybody else.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Tris Speaker. How about that? A little Tris Speaker card. That's fun. All right. I will tear this card up. Here's a Matt Shaw card. We'll happily rip that thing to shreds if we want.
I have some stories.
Yes. You have some definite stories about that. Look at this Roman Anthony card. That's fun.
Hey, look at that.
Blue, select card. That's
Is it numbered or no?
He's one of my absolute very favorite players.
I hate to do this because I'm like jinxing everything, but I believe that Roman Anthony is going to have a far better season, assuming he stays healthy, than anyone is remotely predicting. That guy, if you look at his Baseball Savant page, he never swings at balls and he barrels everything he hits. And I just feel like there is a decent chance that we're deep into August and we're like, the MVP is coming down to 3 guys and he's one of them. He's an incredible hitter, this guy.
It is a numbered card, by the way, out of 199.
There you go.
It is numbered.
He controls this for a young player. He controls the strike zone unlike anyone I've seen since Juan Soto.
It's wild, isn't it?
Oh, it's great.
They're watching. I think I watched every one of his at-bats last year, and there were 40 times when a pitch was called a strike, and he didn't. He's a rookie, so he didn't complain. But you just saw him go shake his head and he was right every single time.
Yeah.
By the way, this is also a numbered card, a little Marcelo Mayer numbered card. Look at that. If you're a Red Sox
Sorry,
fan,
just
that's
full
kind of
back
fun.
turn to the camera so that they don't violate.
That's right.
Yeah, I was going to say that's very funny. I like this. 2 Deion Sanders cards. For some reason, they one was not enough for this set. So I covered Deion Sanders when he was in Cincinnati. I was the columnist at the Cincinnati Post, so I wrote about Deion Sanders quite a lot. He was actually an absolute delight to deal with as a baseball player.
Yeah, that's good to
Just
know.
really, really good. Not as a football player, but as a baseball player, an absolute delight. And then finally, a Christy Mathewson card. Because you have to have one.
Mariners also, I guess.
Because why not?
Yeah. At this point, like you can't even put Christy Mathewson's hat. Like even him, they're like, no, can't do it.
All right, Molly. This is a DJ Peters card. Tell us something about DJ Peters, who I do not remember. Got nothing.
I mean, I got nothing. He was a prospect, and then he wasn't, I think.
Here's
Sorry.
a Javi Baez beam team on the
Ooh,
Mets.
very fun. Yeah, that's fun.
It's a refractor.
Very
of
colorful.
some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Salvi. Oh, hi, Salvi.
Oh, look at Salvi.
Hello.
Speaking of delights.
Yeah, what a delight that guy. And back-to-back delights, because here's Francisco Lindor.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, this is the happy deck.
Yeah, there's a happy pack.
I decided not to go to the WBC when they didn't let Lindor play. I got so mad.
Nice. I
take a
fully
stand
support that
on-
decision.
Yeah, it changed the whole thing.
I just got really mad.
Look at Zach Greinke. This really is the happy pack.
That is the
Oh,
happy pack. That's
no.
Molly and I share some Zach.
I almost put a Zach bobblehead on my desk for this.
I have one on here.
Yeah, you have Zach behind you on the wall.
I have Zach behind me on the wall. That the cover story I wrote for Sports Illustrated about him.
And now that the happy pack comes to a crashing halt with the addition of Gary Sanchez. Get out of here, Gary Sanchez.
You're not helping anything, Gary Sanchez.
God damn it, Gary Sanchez. Here's Bryce Harper, though. That's fun.
Yeah,
yes.
he's part of the fun.
He's going through it this offseason though, with his beard, his facial hair, his, like replacing all the blood in his body, whatever. after they said he wasn't elite anymore, he's really having a rough go of it.
There's Cal Ripken Jr. though.
Kind of an older Cal. Why we got a little
older
gray
Cal,
going?
yeah.
We got a little
He
gray
was still
going.
playing with gray hair. I mean,
for sure.
And to finish off the happy pack, it's Vladdy Jr.
Oh, so happy. So happy.
He's also a refractor of some kind. You can see the rainbow.
Very fun. Yeah. That's very fun.
We should cast the World Series every year, like with non-a-holes, so easy to root for the Blue Jays. Even as a Dodger, even as someone born into this sickness with the Dodgers, like there was no animus in that World Series like there usually is. So
also when you wrote about this, Molly, but when AJ Banda went through it, the Blue Jays fans were so kind.
Alex Vesia, yeah.
Vesia, I'm sorry. Vesia, yeah. With the Blue Jays fans were so kind, raised money for him, and it was really beautiful.
What is going on with that part of the country? Toronto fans and Buffalo fans are the best.
I mean,
just the best.
I truly was just. I'm a crier. I cry
Sure.
pretty. When I spotted that number 51 that somebody had on their cap, I saw it and just thought, oh my God. And it felt really, I mean, I'm not going to say it felt good that a player on the Dodgers was struggling having lost a child, but it felt so good that people were actually being kind to each other.
It's honestly, there are a million reasons why the Olympics are great, but that's why the Olympics are great, right? That skater yesterday who lost his parents in the plane crash.
Yes.
He fell 4 times during the routine and the fans just were going bananas for him.
It's just a class.
That's a part of sports. That should be a part of sports. It shouldn't all be us screaming at each other, right?
But it also just shows the marker of a class organization.
Oh, for sure.
And so I will never stop praising the Blue Jays for that.
And a class city, honestly.
It's just a class city.
Because you're talking about a situation where there's 50,000 people all acting generally as one in the right way. That doesn't happen unless the city itself has a good vibe to it.
And by the way, we're in a terrible geopolitical position with Canada right now, and they still wrap their arms around this guy from America. I mean, they're like boycotting coming to the U.S., but they're going to wrap their arms around someone who's going through it. Just really good people.
Canada's
The last card I'll show here appropriately is Dave Winfield. Look at that.
Oh, there it is. There's
Dave Winfield, who again features prominently in our book, Big Fan, which comes out May 19th, available for pre-order now.
Yes.
Now the problem is that he's
wearing it. You'll rip up that card.
Well,
as much as you love Dave Winfield, you'll rip up that card.
I will happily rip
how large Dave Winfield is.
He is enormous. Like, he has enormous hands.
Just
you shake hands with Dave Winfield, he's like your whole arm is coming with you,
Yeah.
He was a four sport athlete. No,
four sport athlete drafted by the NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball.
Right.
He didn't play football, and he was still drafted in the NFL. That's
amazing.
How good an athlete he was. Yeah.
He looks like, I saw him recently. He's still enormous. I mean,
he's still amazing.
Looks like he was put on earth to play sports.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
And dominate at every sport.
And by the way, and this is featured in our book. What a wonderful guy. Just a sweetheart of a guy. So love ourselves some Dave Winfield. All right. We're going to have to wrap this up. One more time. We are raising money for Team Gleason. You can go to teamgleason.org/podcast, POSCAST. Donate. We raised $76,000 last year. We are trying to top that. We are closing in on 50 now. So anything you can do to get us closer to the top would be awesome. As you can see, we're going to give away all of these cards. We are going to, I say this all the time, but it's true. Mike is in charge of the boxes that we send out to people.
I don't know how. I don't know why.
Because you make me do everything else.
Oh, so that's fair.
So Mike is in charge of them, and I am not exaggerating. He will throw anything in those boxes. You have no idea. Like we're going to have all kinds of fun stuff. We actually got a text the other day from our good friend Jason Kander. He has already signed 5 books that we're going to give away, and in each of them he puts his actual OPS and numbers in it, which is pretty great. We actually both, by the way, noticed that he puts his full slash line. So he puts his batting average, on base percentage, and slugging percentage. He has a lower slugging percentage than on base percentage.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy has no power.
A lot of infield singles, a lot of walks.
A lot of walks, yeah. But he says speed don't slump. So I guess he views himself as pretty fast, which is great. Anyway, you'll have those. We'll have big fans in there. We'll have, I promise you, these boxes are amazing, and we'll give away a whole bunch of them. So donate, please, because the people at Team Gleason are incredible and do amazing work, helping people with ALS, coming up with ways for them to communicate with their friends and family. I mean, it's beautiful what they do. So that is teamgleason.org/podcast. Mike, right? That's what we got.
That's what we got. And we'll leave you with this. The last 2 cards that I just pulled out of this pack is our podcast friend, Joey Votto.
Oh, who is going to be announcing this year. He has been texting me. He is going to be an announcer on NBC this year. And,
fantastic.
That is going to be so fantastic.
And finally, to bring this all home, the 3 of us together, the book that we wrote, Molly's presence on this podcast, and also just baseball in general. There's Mookie Betts.
Oh, there's Mookie. There's Mookie. We can't even tell you what role he plays in our book.
Mookie Betts plays a more prominent role in the book than Dave Winfield does.
And more prominent than either you or I.
That's true. Mookie Betts is kind of the star of the book.
We just need him to have a healthy season, guys. That's all. We'll just.
That's all we want is the very
turn the
best.
Page on.
By the way, I just found out. This is here. I'll throw my one last meaningless thing in there. I just found out that Tom Candiotti is in the Bowling Hall of Fame. Did you know this? That Tom Candiotti is in the International Bowling Hall of Fame.
Of course, I knew that.
Wait, what?
As is the Bus is actually in the Bowling Hall of Fame as well. I guess they have a celebrity wing
The boss?
The boss,
Jerome Bettis?
Jerome Bettis.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought you meant Bruce Springsteen, the boss.
Oh, the
Oh.
boss. Yeah. He also might be. I don't think he is actually.
No, but I mean,
I saw Bruce Springsteen pitching in that in the Glory Days video.
I mean, he
That
called
guy
it
can't bowl.
nobody
loves him more than I do,
called
but
it
he
a
can't
speed
bowl.
ball, so
Yeah.
I have an idea of his athletic
Yeah,
prowess.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay though. It's okay. He's
Oh,
giving us
sure. No, he does other things pretty well. But if Tom Candiotti is in the celebrity wing of the Bowlers Hall of Fame, Mookie Betts is going to have to go in the actual, right? Like not as a celebrity. He's got to go in as a bowler, doesn't
That's
he?
correct. That's
Well,
correct. He should be 100% and a first ballot inductee in the actual main bowling Hall of Fame.
Well, Mookie Betts is now learning guitar. That's what he's been doing his off season. So
Right.
he might actually wind up in the rock and roll Hall
Yeah,
of Fame.
I want Mookie Betts in every single Hall of Fame there is. That's what I want.
Yeah,
I think
it's not too late. I think he can do it.
I think he could do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, Molly, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a blast. And Mike, as always, thank you.